Grand Rising World. So I'm gonna get right to it, man. I'll make this short and sweet. My name is Kumasi. And this is really my take on the Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State to Colorado. I have followed Deion Sanders' journey to Jackson State from the beginning for the last 3 seasons. And I just want to start off by saying congratulations to the Jackson State Tigers. Coach Neely, Uncle Neely, said at the pregame show, and all the people that put a lot of work in to highlight week after week the progress, the hard work, the determination, the skill set that it took for them to build the organization, to build that football team. I want to shout out to all the assistant coaches and all the people that put endless work in, on building the squad up, building the team up, and as well to the players, the diverse collective of players that are on that team. From the trainers, I want to thank them as well, because without them, there would be no team. We live in a world of instant gratification, and people only going to run with a narrative because it suits them. We don't want to hold the establishment accountable, right? Half of these people were talking shit. Half these people got a comment to say. They ain't never stepped foot on an HBCU. They never thought about going to HBCU. They never even fathomed to send their kids to HBCU. They, let alone, probably can't name 5 HBCUs, right? And they probably live 2 blocks up the street from an HBCU, right? Only thing they know about an HBCU, if you're from the 90s, is the Freakniks, Black Spring Break. If you live in Atlanta, or you live in Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, you live in Virginia, you live in the vicinity of an HBCU, Howard, you live in Baltimore, you live in DC, I'm gonna go to Howard Homecoming. That's the best you know about HBCUs, are homecomings, right? The homecomings, the aspects of the marching bands, the battle of the bands, all the other nuances and shit that go along with going to HBCU. By the way, most people that go to HBCU, either A, they were Methodist, they were Christian, right? So either the church that they were going to or their grandparents. What if there was no staplement in the household that, hey, you're gonna go to HBCU? This is where we're gonna go. This is what we're gonna go do. I was fortunate enough to be hip to HBCUs growing up as a kid. Growing up, because that was a black staple for me. Like, growing up in the 90s, HBCUs, beyond just a different world, just being educated, beyond those things, right? I'm like, dang, I would love to go to Tuskegee, or damn, I would love to go to fucking Howard, or motherfucking Brown, Acorn, all these other schools, and this is, over time, we want to blame Power 5 schools, because we want to keep it on athletics real fast. We want to blame everybody but ourselves. Everybody but ourselves. Everybody but ourselves. In the era of social media, where were you at in the beginning, right? People want to only celebrate the success, but nobody wants to celebrate the pain, the grit, the grind. The reality of it was Deion Sanders was very transparent from the jump about how hard it is to run a football team on no money. The amount of people and resources that it took to run the football team just overcame, right? They're in debt. For me to hire good coaches, to hire a good staff of people, so ensure that we go 12-0, we go 13-0, it take money, man. It take money, and unfortunately, when you're dealing with black politics, I'm talking about black politics, black people politics, not the politics we see on the mainstream. Black politics is, well, you should do that for me for free. That's black politics. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, a motherfucker will go to the swap meet and try to bargain every black dude he can, but he'll pay full price. He'll pay full price. You know what I'm saying, for a Gucci bag, for a belt. You will pay $500 for a belt, but you wouldn't give $25 to the fucking program, right? When Deion Sanders was this early in the season, he was like, "Hey, yo, like it's getting crazy." Right? When Mississippi had the water crisis going on, no one talks about the shit that it took. Right? He like, man, and I'm not there, so I don't know the back end. I'm going to give you from what it's been reported from Uncle Neely, you know what I'm saying? The pregame show, because obviously you got black establishments like BET, you know what I'm saying? You got places like Revolt that ain't putting no fucking HBCU games on. So when Deion Sanders was making his speech, like, hey, I don't want to just be on fucking ESPN 3. I want to be on ESPN 1. I want to be on fucking the college network. I don't want to have to fucking struggle for my team to get fucking TV rights. Those are things that go along with that, right? When Deion Sanders would play FAMU, and he made it clear, he was like, look, I'm tired of playing these Southern Classics, these other teams away from my home, right? We traveling around, like we on the road 85% of the time, and we're not bringing no revenue back to the school. Well, it take money to travel. Like it take money to put gas in a fucking jet to fly week after week to Texas, to fucking Alabama, to fucking Atlanta, to North Carolina, to South Carolina, to up the road. It take gas money to put into these fucking charter buses and travel up the coastline, right? Up the Savannah coast and down, you know what I'm saying, down along the Carolinas. They take fucking money. They take money to travel to Mississippi. It take fucking money, right? And you all these people that say they support. Well, where was you at when the teams would pull up to the fucking hotels? It'd be barely, right? And shout out to the people that showed up. Shout out to all the people, the unsung heroes that made the program great. The boosters that did show up. You know what I'm saying? The parents that did show up to the games. The parents that were at every game, at every hotel, waiting for the kids to show up to ensure that they had everything they need set up when they got there. It take money. And unfortunately, $300,000 a year, you know what I'm saying, because I'm giving half of that back, right, to ensure that my staff has enough to survive on. Enough to survive on, because I'm asking them to leave their state, their town, their city, to come with me to fucking Mississippi. That's 2 rents I gotta pay, right? I got to pay 2 rents. I gotta pay rent here and I gotta pay rent back home. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got kids, I gotta eat, you know what I'm saying? All of this other shit that goes on throughout the whole fucking season. That's 3 years. They're asking me to dedicate 3 years of my life here, and we're not making no money. I can't do it. I just can't. And to the student body of out there at Jackson State, the educated ones, right? Not the social media, because yet again, I'm gonna put this on the establishment. The establishment. When they was playing games and nobody was bringing their ass to the vet, nobody was showing up to the fucking games, right? They couldn't get syndicated. They couldn't get on TV because there wasn't enough people in the crowd. But the moment that you see Good Morning America, the morning that you start seeing all the social media craze about, oh man, Charles Gaddy, or you know what I'm saying, you start seeing Audrey Miller, you start seeing all the guys putting in work. Shedeur Sanders, Shiloh, you know, it's Travis Hunter. These dudes been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? In the off season, they've been doing this shit. When Destroyer showed up, right? There's shout out to Destroyer. Shout out to the people that been riding with Jackson State from the fucking longest time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about week after week. Even if I can't catch the game, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, there's always a YouTube channel trying to get the game up. or I get the score. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't. For the first 4 or 5 games, it was not on TV. It wasn't on TV. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have no fucking fan base. They didn't have a fan base. But where was y'all at, though? Don't sit here and pretend like, oh, the dude didn't do anything for Jackson State, or he'll sell out. I can only supply my resources if you're going to match my resources. Yup, we have this fucking huge, we have this ability, and we have this this entitlement for somebody to deplete their resources without you putting back into the resources. The law of service is the most powerful law in life. The law of service. The man provided you a service. I treat, for me in my life and how I operate, I treat companies the same way they treat me. You're dispensable, right? When I walk into work, I don't walk into work with the understanding that I don't own this motherfucker. I don't own nothing in this building. I don't own anything outside this parking lot, outside of my car, in myself, right? So that means I need to act accordingly. I need to step in here with what the perspective is. I come to work. I didn't come to play. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll let me go. They won't care too less about if I have my kids have food to eat, if my rent paid, if my car payment due. They don't care. They don't give two fucks. You know what I'm saying? So when he kept it corporate, you can't get mad. The business of black politics, we talk about the business. We talk about this. You got the business of college football. Then you got the business of black politics. I'm a black man in Mississippi and I'm making noise in the HBCU when I got an all-white staff, or I got a good percentage of a white staff on me. I'm bringing in money, but this money comes with other things that black colleges ain't ready to address. They just not ready to address. Okay, the first thing, anything, right? When you step into something, it's a business deal. Yo, let me see them books. It's good business, right? You don't want to operate good business. So then you're going to get sorry ass, you're going to get what you get. I ain't going to call it sorry. You're going to get what you get. You're comfortable with just doing what you're doing. Because there's other notable NFL players that are coaching in the HBCU level. They have the same amount of voice, or not higher, to attract money the same way Deion Sanders did. Now, if you would have matched them and said, hey, Deion, look, check this out. Hey, before you make this move to slide off to wherever you're going to go, how about we come together as a collective, as a collective of black coaches here at the HBCU. We go ahead and raise the bar up. We raise the bar because if I'm the only person putting out media and content, I'm going to be the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the person everybody can talk to when they got a problem. Nobody want to jump out there in front of nobody. Nobody want to talk about that. You ain't going to see that on ESPN. You ain't going to see that on fucking any other sports channel. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see it on any other channels. You got people talking about, oh, well, he put God in it. Well, who are you? Who are you to talk about what God sent him to do? If we're gonna keep it on God level, right? God sent the man to do a job, and he did the job. He took them to 2 championships, like two. And I'm sure, and I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna say what it is. The SWAC is the Chitlin circuit of the football, of college football. Right? Let's be honest. If you watch the games, if you truly watch the games, you would see like Jackson State was playing like JUCO football. You know what I'm saying? They was playing high level JUCO football with high school kids. Let's keep it a buck. If you're gonna talk shit, you want the crookeds and the straights. I'm giving you crookeds and the straights. I watched the games. I watched the highlights. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm keeping it real. They were playing high-level JUCO football, you know what I'm saying, with high school kids. They had a consistent record of blowing teams out, running reckless. You know what I'm saying? Running reckless on the football field. Minor the little mistakes, the little penalties that you're going to give up, they literally ran reckless. So that means you got to highlight the other fucking programs. You got to highlight their inability to go out here and step up their game on the football field. Right? Oh, I'm SWAC. Look, the SWAC, you want respect, you got to step up to get respect. That man did what he had to do. From what I seen, I ain't going off what social media talking about. I'm going about what I seen from the content they put out. You know what I'm saying? The non-biased commitment, right? The non-bias. He kept it a buck from what from I'm only going off what I seen from the pregame show. From what Deion Sanders Jr. posted, because they ran their own media content. They wasn't getting no fucking TV deals. You know what I'm saying? Nobody with ESPN wasn't begging down the door. Oh man, I want to put Jackson State on TV. Deion had to go, hey yo man, I don't want to just be fucking playing football on the weekend like we doing in Pop Warner. Nobody wants to acknowledge this thing. So we get to the nuts and bolts of it. So that's it. There's some other notable YouTube channels that make a great example of the politics. We're talking about the politics in black in black world. The politics. I'm loud. Like I'm not a Deion Sanders take on life was. I am not a subtle man. I'm a dominant man. He made that statement. The focus of the season was dominate. And if you understand what dominate means, that means there's two types of domination. There's domineering and there's domination. He was a natural dominant. He would walk into the room and it would ooze out of him. Ooze. Like, I don't need you to tell me that I'm a man because I know I'm a man. I don't need the reassurance. I don't need somebody to sit here and tell me what I can't do because I know what I can do. Right? That is the essential understanding of a positive that's an alpha male. That is what alpha males do. Domineering men seem to like, well, I need reassurance. I need to know that I'm the fucking man. No. So when you step into a world, right, where you got other individuals that have the force perspective, well, you're gonna do what I say. No. Right? Niggas love to run and stand by you when shit going good. Niggas love to stand by you. But where was you at when we was in the gym? Right? Where was you at when shit was real? People want to say like, oh, well, this is the most I heard people talk about at HBCU in the last 20 fucking years. Right? This is the most I've heard people talk about HBCUs. I'm 38 years old, 39, 38 years old. This is the most I've heard people talk about HBCU since the 90s. And they didn't talk about the HBCU. They talk about a man that coached at the HBCU. So that in itself is a positive. Now, once you take that momentum, instead of you criticizing him, you need to highlight why Jackson State is the school to come to. Because why it has to sit on the shoulders of one man. If you've been there before me, right? I came here and I just brought the attention. I stepped into the room. I illuminated the room. I brought light to the room. Now it's your time to shine. I'm going to step out of the way. That's y'all forgetting. He's stepping out of the way. See, you trying to put it on him like, oh, he running away. He's stepping out of the way so that you can shine. So you can shine. He gave you, instead of you criticizing the man, so you step on like, hey, yo, check this out. This is what life is at HBCU looks like. Hey, for those of you that ain't got a shot at going to U of A, ASU, SC, any of these other schools like California State, Fresno, fucking Stanford, Michigan State, Ohio State, you know what I'm saying, Alabama, Auburn, all these fucking other schools, those of you that really don't have a chance, it ain't just black, white, it ain't about just being black. It's one of the biggest things people forget. There are a lot of others that go to these schools to use the resources. There are Asians who will go to an HBCU school to get their medical degree. Whites will go to HBCU to get their medical degree. Arabs will go to HBCU to get their medical degree. But y'all ain't highlighting the fucking medical programs to the black community. These kids get on the fucking computer and Google, oh, who can I get into? Right? They take every day. They take every day. They take, right? And then nobody never gives back. Nobody never donates. But then you got fucking shit like Real Housewives. Real Housewives. Like, they had like some channel. They had some show 5 or 6 years ago. Some reality show. They did highlight HBCUs in a positive light. They highlighted all the negative shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, my husband. Oh, okay. Let's talk about what school did you go to. Oh, you went to Morehouse, or you went to Brown? Oh, you went to Spelman? You know what I'm saying? You went to Spelman, you went to Brown, you went to Morehouse. Oh, you went to Morehouse Medical College, Medical University, right? You had Stump the Yard. Stump the Yard was a prime example of HBCU greatness, but all we want to talk about is the step teams and the fucking fraternities. Where was y'all at then, right? Oh, it was a great movie. Chris Brown was in it. Blah, 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 blah. Yet again, let's hold people accountable. Hold the institution accountable, right? It is logistics that played into his decision. It wasn't solely about the money, it's the logistics. I can't live. I'm going broke, right? Being here. I'm going broke being here. That's unfortunate because if the man bringing in money in the draw, he's not, the school takes the draw, and let alone, you got to hold the city of Mississippi accountable. You got to hold the cities of Birmingham accountable. You got to hold the cities of Daytona accountable. You got to hold the cities of North Carolina, Raleigh-Durham. You got to hold Atlanta. You got to hold all these other places accountable. People want to fucking spin the wheels, but you got to hold this shit accountable because most HBCUs are not public schools. So they don't get public funds. So it's kind of hard when you Jackson State and you up against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a public school. You know what I'm saying? The University of Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Or Mississippi University. Like, those are public schools. So guess what? They have the biggest attendance rating. They have the biggest crowds. So their facilities are going to get the state's money. They're going to get the state's resources. Right? Then you got to think about the county, the county colleges, community colleges. The community colleges are going to get the second resources. Right? And then you get down to the nitty gritty because of all the other shit that goes around. So then you got to say, okay, well, beyond that, all the other resources that go into this school here, the school was broke. Not, I ain't gonna say broke, but they didn't have the funding to supply what he needed. He's just a football coach. Over athletics, you got all the other shit. You got track and field, you got basketball, men's and women's basketball. You got, I don't know if they have a baseball team. They might got a baseball team, right? They, you know what I'm saying? The biggest draws coming out of most HBCUs is the fucking marching band. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking marching band. So if they're not generating money, how can we solidify? Yet again, not being grateful. He put a spotlight on your marching band. Take the light and run with it. Use your social media to your advantage. Be smart. Y'all want to get on here, Snapchat. Y'all want to go here to drop YouTube videos. All these people dropping content. Drop positive content. Stop using the negative perspective. He moved out of the way. He said, man, all this light on what we done. We done that. We got 2 championships. I gave you the platform to sit up here and eat. You know what I'm saying? Hire people that you can afford. You know what I'm saying? To do the job that I've already set up. I've been put all the strategic pieces in play. I'm giving you a coach that knows the program, that got the respect of my team. I'm gonna step down, I'm gonna move out of the way, right? Because what was gonna happen, what people ain't gonna talk about, it was gonna come to a head. He was going to leave regardless because of the financially he could not survive. Financially, he was not going to survive in that climate. His wife, his fiance, his kids, right, and all the others that go along with him, they could not survive. Just being honest. That's the honest truth. They could not survive in the climate. Like, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, where we don't, you know, you got to think about all the other things that go along with it. If I live in California and y'all have a salary of $30,000 and I have to decide it's $30,000, how I'm going to divide it between Mississippi, and California, how am I going to survive? If I have a mortgage here in Mississippi, if I have to pay rent here in Mississippi and I got to pay my mortgage back in Texas, how am I going to survive? If I have, wherever the hell these other coaches are from, they got mortgages, they got families, they got to look after. How are they going to survive? You got people that coach, and that's where they live at. That's where they stay at. That's where they're comfortable level at. But at the same time, I'm going to put the pressure back on the HBCUs like FAMU. I'm going to put the pressure back on Miles University, my alma mater. I'm going to put it on them. I'm going to put it on Tuskegee. I'm going to put it on fucking Brown. I'm going to put it on Morehouse. I'm going to put it on Spelman. I'm going to put it on fucking Hampton University. You know what I'm saying? Lincoln University. Buffalo, up there up north. Was it Sandy? I want to say Sandy University, right? I'm gonna put it on y'all because y'all the ones that are responsible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones that are responsible for the outcomes. If you ain't gonna take the light and shine, baby, then don't fucking talk about it. Half these people that talking, it annoys me because you ain't really real yourself. You gonna accuse me of being sellout when you sold out months ago. I hear Mr. Dr. Boykins sit here and criticize a man, right? And you yourself out your mouth was like, oh, I taught up here at Syracuse University. So you had knowledge, right? But you didn't share that with you didn't come down to an HBC level. Why? Why not? Your wife's a psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying? And you're an esteemed professor. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Dr. Eric Dawson. You know what I'm saying? I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I rock with you know what I'm saying, Dr. Umar. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I bleed that red, black, and green. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the same things that we want in life, we choose not to really take accountability as a culture and as a people. We want everything to be handed to us for free. And unfortunately, free don't work for me. It don't. The price is the price. You want greatness, you got to pay the price. Are we lost great leaders because of somebody's inability to accept us as a people? We lived in an inferior world because people were afraid of us having knowledge. Ancestors were assassinated. You had leaders killed, murdered, families, you know what I'm saying, tortured because of someone else's fear of my black skin. You know what I mean? We talk about racism, but we don't get deep down into it that we're the biggest racists in the world. This proves it. You celebrate my accomplishments, but you didn't celebrate me when I needed you the most. Now you want to air out my grievances. You want to air your grievances out. Well, fuck them. No, it ain't fuck them. It ain't fuck them. If you paid attention to what he said, and I'm only going by what he said, you know what I'm saying? So I'm giving you what was presented at the beginning. I ain't just jump on and hop on here and start talking from a place of anger or somebody who didn't do my research. So I followed it. You know what I'm saying? I followed the program for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I'm following as a fan. I'm not even, you know what I'm saying? I'm keep with a bill. You know what I'm saying? The team, my college football team is going to be, you know what I'm saying, University of Arizona. Bear down. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Jackson State, I'm like, oh shit, I'm buying in. You know what I'm saying? I bought into the culture. Like, bet. Don't get it twisted for 1 second. You know what I'm saying? I went to an HBCU. You know what I mean? I just walked the halls, graced the counters, touched the floor. You know what I'm saying? Been in the halls. You know what I'm saying? Spent a couple of blocks. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't done those things, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't know. You got, I encourage my daughter. My daughter's 9. I encourage her. You know where you gonna go? Where? You're gonna go to a black college. I educate her now so that she has her own opinion. You know what I'm saying? Her own opinion. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I want her to be educated. But at the same time, I don't want her to walk into some ignorance. There's a lot of ignorance that come along with certain things. And you gotta break that cycle. There's a lot of mental conditioning. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of mental conditioning going to an A&M school. A lot of mental conditioning. A lot of mental perspectives that if you gotta break past, you know what I'm saying, certain barriers to get to. We want to all use God. Nah, God been used. Y'all was being used on most of them kids that wound up going there because they was going to church every Sunday. And Granny sat here, oh, that's where you gonna go. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You going there. Right? I know for sure that's how it was with me. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure that's how it was for me. But it is what it is. You know, congratulations to Deion Sanders. You know, Colorado State. You know what I mean? Y'all got a hell of a football coach. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all have success. As well as Jackson State. Congratulations, fellas. Y'all did that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did that. You know, y'all did that. Y'all still got one more game to play. Go out there and dominate. Go out there and do what y'all been doing. Right? Go out there. Don't settle. Don't drop your character. You know what I'm saying? Because you in your feelings. Take that energy, turn around, and put that shit into the game, and go out there and take their fucking heads off. Go out on a high note. You know what I'm saying? Shut down all social media. Shut down all these fucking naysayers. Shut down all these people that ain't did shit for y'all all season. You know what I'm saying? Outside of right now bringing negative attention to something that y'all did amazing. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, the teams y'all played, they may have put up some, they might have been tough. But it's also go out to some other HBCU football teams, step your game up, right? It goes out for your colleges. He challenged your coaches to be better. Don't just fucking get by. Y'all been skating by. He exposed you for skating by. You get mad, oh, he ain't swag. No, he exposed you for getting by. Allowing this type of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be embarrassed. Get blowed out 45 to fucking 0, 27 to 0. You know what I'm saying? Fucking 56 to 0. I would be embarrassed. Then how do y'all get mad and cuss the man out? No. Because y'all want to sit around and fucking play games. You don't want to get on the football field and play football. Most of y'all weren't really football players. Y'all was the niggas that was on the football team that had great talent. But nigga, I ain't worried about it. Nigga, I'm about to go out here because you was over there because you didn't have dreams. You didn't really encourage them dreams. He got over here and put pressure on these boys. Like, hey, he ran that shit like an organization. He ran Jackson 5 like an NFL organization. If you didn't catch it, you didn't get hip to it. Now you got hip to it. He ran that shit like an NFL organization. He walked in the room, shut that shit down. Like, hey, yo, check this out. This is what we running. This is how we gonna go. This is what we gonna walk the same, talk the same, do the same. If you won't like it, get the fuck out. Okay, boss. I'm gonna be quiet. Get in line. I'm gonna get in line. Shut the fuck up and do my job. They're gonna get fired. All right, my nigga, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Because like out here do my job, and I'm a dog, and I'm attacking these fools, and I'm taking your heads off. We putting up 45 points on the fucking scoreboard. Who talking? Who talking? Right? Who talking? Bub Kumasi, man. This is just my rants. This is just my take on the Deion Sanders, man. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And I'm out.